For years, Corey Feldman has hinted at a powerful Hollywood figure responsible for the trauma his late best friend, Haim, endured. But now, after decades of silence, Feldman is finally ready to expose the truth, and the name he reveals has left fans stunned. What dark secret has Feldman been hiding all these years? And how does Charlie Sheen fit into this shocking Hollywood scandal? Join us as we dive into the truth Feldman says the world was never meant to know. Charlie Sheen, a Hollywood royalty. Charlie Sheen, whose real name is Carlos Erwin Estevez, was born on September 3, 1965, in New York City. From the very beginning, he was surrounded by creativity and fame thanks to his father, Martin Sheen, a legendary actor known for roles in films like Apocalypse Now and the TV series The West Wing. His mother, Janet Templeton, was an artist, adding even more artistic energy to the family. Charlie was the youngest of 4 siblings. His older brothers, Emilio Estevez and Ramon Estevez, along with his sister Renee, also pursued careers in the entertainment industry. Growing up in this environment, Charlie was constantly surrounded by actors, directors, and film scripts, which naturally sparked his passion for acting from an early age. When Charlie was a child, the family moved to Malibu, California, where he attended Santa Monica High School. While he showed talent on the baseball field and even dreamed of becoming a professional athlete, his true love was acting. He and his brother Emilio, along with friends Rob Lowe and Sean Penn, began creating amateur films together, which helped Charlie hone his skills and gain confidence in front of the camera. However, Charlie's rebellious nature began to show during his teenage years. He struggled with poor grades and frequent absences, which eventually led to his expulsion from Santa Monica High School just weeks before graduation. But this setback didn't stop him. After being expelled from Santa Monica High School due to poor grades and lack of attendance, Charlie Sheen decided to fully commit to acting. He didn't have to search far for inspiration. With his father, Martin Sheen, already a Hollywood icon, Charlie had connections in the film industry. However, his talent and natural charisma helped him carve out his own path. Charlie's first experience on screen came at the young age of 9, when he appeared in The Execution of Private Slovik, a film starring his father. Though it was a small role, it sparked his interest in acting. At the age of 19, Charlie landed his first professional acting role in the 1984 film Red Dawn, where he played a young guerrilla fighter in a fictional World War III scenario. This role opened the door to Hollywood, and just 2 years later, he gained critical acclaim for his performance in the Academy Award-winning film Platoon, directed by Oliver Stone. From there, Charlie Sheen's career skyrocketed, making him one of the most popular actors of the late 1980s and early 1990s. But little did the world know behind the fame and fortune, a dark and troubled side of Charlie was beginning to emerge. In 1986, Charlie's career skyrocketed when he starred in Platoon, a powerful war drama directed by Oliver Stone. The film, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture, followed a young soldier's experience during the Vietnam War. Charlie's raw and emotional performance as Chris Taylor, a soldier struggling with the horrors of war, earned him critical praise and established him as a serious actor. The following year, Charlie teamed up with his father, Martin Sheen, and starred alongside Michael Douglas in the hit film Wall Street, playing Bud Fox, a young and ambitious stockbroker who gets caught up in the corrupt world of finance. Charlie once again showed his range as an actor. The film became a cultural phenomenon and solidified Charlie as one of the top rising stars in Hollywood. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, Charlie Sheen continued to appear in successful films like Young Guns, Major League, and The Rookie. His career was on fire, and he quickly became known for his charm, good looks, and undeniable acting skills. But while Charlie was conquering Hollywood, his personal life was slowly spiraling out of control. The two Coreys and their painful truth. In the 1980s, Haim and Corey Feldman, known as the Two Coreys, became some of the biggest teen icons in Hollywood. With their boyish charm and undeniable talent, they won the hearts of millions of fans. However, while their careers were soaring, they were hiding a dark secret that Hollywood refused to talk about. Haim, a Canadian-born actor, rose to fame through films like Lucas and The Lost Boys. His natural talent and innocence on screen made him one of the most sought-after young actors of the time. Corey Feldman, on the other hand, had already made a name for himself in hits like Gremlins and Stand By Me before teaming up with Haim in The Lost Boys. Their chemistry was undeniable, and the two became best friends both on and off the screen. Together, they starred in several successful films, including License to Drive and Dream a Little Dream. Audiences loved their humor, energy, and carefree spirit. They quickly became Hollywood's favorite duo, and their fame exploded. However, behind the cameras, both Haim and Corey Feldman were living a nightmare. They later revealed that they were victims of by powerful figures in the entertainment industry. Haim, in particular, experienced severe trauma at a young age, which led to emotional struggles and substance issues that haunted him for the rest of his life. Feldman, who also suffered tried to protect Haim and even spoke out about the dark side of Hollywood. However, at the time, no one wanted to believe them. The entertainment industry turned a blind eye, and the boys were left to deal with their pain alone. In 2017, Corey Feldman, Haim's closest, publicly revealed that Haim had confided in him about being assaulted by actor Charlie Sheen during the filming of Lucas. According to Feldman, Haim told him that Sheen, who was 19 years old at the time, took advantage of him when he was just 13 years old. These allegations shocked the world and brought attention to the dark side of Hollywood that had long been hidden. However, Charlie Sheen strongly denied the accusations, calling them completely false. Sheen even filed a defamation lawsuit against Feldman, claiming the accusations were damaging to his reputation. However, Sheen later dropped the lawsuit. For Haim, the trauma he allegedly experienced as a child actor deeply affected his mental health. Struggling with the emotional pain and lack of support from the industry, Haim turned to and alcohol as a way to cope. His battle with addiction became widely known, and his once promising career slowly faded. Despite several attempts at rehab and efforts to get his life back on the track, Haim was never able to fully overcome his struggles. On March 10, 2010, Haim died at the age of 38. Although many believe that years of substance abuse played a significant role in his declining health. Feldman, who also experienced in Hollywood, has since dedicated his life to exposing the predators that targeted young actors like Haim. Feldman revealed more details about the both he and Haim endured, hoping to bring justice to his late friend and protect future generations of young actors. Corey Feldman, once a beloved child star of the 1980s, has spent years trying to expose the hidden that he and his best friend, Haim, endured as young actors in Hollywood. In 2013, Feldman released his memoir, Choreography, a Memoir, where he first opened up about the he faced as a child in the entertainment industry. However, at the time, he chose not to name the abusers, fearing legal threats and personal safety. Despite this, Feldman made it clear that a powerful pedophile ring existed in Hollywood, targeting vulnerable child actors. Then in 2020, Feldman released a documentary titled My Truth, The Rape of Two Coreys, where he revealed shocking details about the abuse he and Haim suffered. In the film, Feldman publicly accused Charlie Sheen of sexually assaulting Haim during the filming of Lucas, when Haim was just 13 years old. Feldman also named several other Hollywood figures who he claimed were part of a larger pedophile ring that preyed on young actors. The accusations against Sheen were met with denial and controversy. Sheen strongly denied the claims and even filed a defamation lawsuit against Feldman, which he later dropped. Many people in the entertainment industry dismissed Feldman's claims, while others accused him of using Haim's tragic story for attention. Feldman, however, has remained firm in his mission to bring justice to his late friend Corey Haim. Feldman has stated that Haim's trauma from being used in Hollywood was the root cause of his self-destructive behavior. Unfortunately, Feldman's fight to expose Hollywood's darkest secrets has come at a great personal cost. He faced death threats, was blacklisted from the industry, and lost the support of many former colleagues. Yet he continues to advocate for protecting child actors and demanding accountability from those who have harmed them. Charlie Sheen's battle with addiction. Charlie Sheen, one of Hollywood's most famous and controversial stars, has battled alcohol and addiction for decades. His struggle with substance abuse began in the 1990s, during the peak of his career, and quickly spiraled out of control. Sheen's party lifestyle and heavy drinking became well known in Hollywood circles, but things took a dark turn in 1998 when he suffered a near-fatal overdose from injecting cocaine. This incident was a major wake-up call, leading him to enter rehab for the first time. However, this was only the beginning of a long and painful battle with addiction. Throughout the 2000s, Sheen's career was thriving, especially with his role in the hit sitcom 2.5 Men. But behind the scenes, he was struggling to stay sober. Despite multiple rehab stays and public promises to get clean, Sheen often relapsed. His personal life became chaotic, filled with legal issues, failed marriages, and public scandals, many of which were fueled by his substance abuse. In 2011, Sheen's addiction hit a breaking point. After being fired from 2.5 Men for his erratic behavior and public outbursts, Sheen went on a bizarre media rampage, coining phrases like winning and claiming to have tiger blood. While these statements became viral on social media, it was clear that Sheen was in a deep mental and emotional crisis, heavily influenced by drug and alcohol abuse. Despite several more attempts at rehab and brief periods of sobriety, Sheen's battle with addiction continued. His lifestyle led to health issues, including his HIV diagnosis in 2015, which he revealed to the public in hopes of ending the rumors and blackmail he had been facing. Over the years, Sheen has expressed regret for his actions and the damage caused by his addiction, especially to his family and career. In recent interviews, he has claimed to be sober and focused on rebuilding his life, though the scars of his self-destruction still linger. The Kelly Preston shooting incident. One of the earliest and most shocking scandals involving Charlie Sheen happened in 1990, when his then-fiancée, actress Kelly Preston, was accidentally shot in the arm while the two were living together. According to reports, Sheen claimed that the gun accidentally went off when he left a loaded revolver in his pocket, and it discharged when Kelly picked up the pants. However, there have been conflicting stories over the years, and some believe the incident was a result of Sheen's growing instability and drug use at the time. The incident ultimately led to the end of their engagement, and it became one of the first public signs that Sheen's personal life was spiraling out of control. Arrests for domestic violence. Charlie Sheen's violent behavior toward women only escalated as his addiction worsened. In 2005, Sheen's marriage to actress Denise Richards fell apart when she filed for divorce while pregnant with their second child. Richards later revealed in court documents that Sheen was physically and verbally abusive, often threatening her life and struggling with severe drug and alcohol addiction. Richards claimed that Sheen would go on violent, drug-fueled rants, often putting her and their children in danger. Despite a lengthy and public custody battle, Denise ultimately gained full custody of their two daughters, while Sheen's behavior only became more erratic. In 2009, Sheen married Brooke Muller, but the marriage quickly turned toxic. On Christmas Day in 2009, Sheen was arrested in Aspen, Colorado, after physically assaulting Brooke and holding a knife to her throat during a violent argument. Sheen pleaded guilty to domestic violence charges and was sentenced to 30 days in rehab, 30 days of probation, and 36 hours of anger management counseling. However, this incident further damaged his reputation and exposed the dangerous cycle of addiction and abuse that controlled his life. The infamous Hollywood Madam scandal. In the 1990s, Sheen was exposed as one of the biggest clients of Hollywood Madam Heidi Fleiss, who ran an illegal ring that catered to high-profile celebrities. During her trial, Fleiss revealed that Charlie Sheen had spent over $50,000 on prostitutes, becoming one of her most frequent and high-paying customers. Sheen later admitted in court that he regularly hired escorts not only for pleasure, but also to satisfy his addiction to instant companionship. This confession shocked Hollywood and further solidified Sheen's reputation as a reckless playboy who couldn't control his destructive urges. But Sheen's involvement with didn't stop there. Throughout the 2000s, Sheen became infamous for his wild parties filled with and paid. He often referred to his goddesses, women he hired to live with him and fulfill his desires. The shocking HIV revelation. In 2015, Charlie Sheen shocked the world when he publicly revealed that he was HIV positive during an interview on The Today Show. This confession came after years of rumors and speculation about his health and reckless behavior. Sheen admitted that he had been diagnosed with HIV in 2011 but chose to keep it a secret for 4 years. He claimed that during that time, he lived in fear of the truth being exposed. In the interview, Sheen revealed that he had paid over $10 million in hush money to keep former partners, friends, and others silent about his diagnosis. He said that these individuals threatened to expose him and blackmailed him for money in exchange for their silence. Sheen said he finally decided to go public because he was tired of living in fear and wanted to end the cycle of extortion. After the shocking announcement, several of Sheen's former partners came forward, accusing him of exposing them to HIV without informing them of his status. While Sheen claimed he was upfront with his partners about his condition, many women filed lawsuits against him, saying he knowingly put them at risk. One of the most high-profile cases was filed by his ex-fiancé, Brett Rossi, who accused Sheen of lying about his status and engaging in unprotected sex with her. In response, Sheen argued that he had always practiced safe and denied intentionally exposing anyone to the virus. However, the negative press and ongoing legal battles further damaged his reputation. By this point, Sheen's career was already in serious decline due to his public meltdown in 2011 and his firing from 2.5 Men. The HIV revelation only pushed him further out of Hollywood's spotlight. Many producers and studios saw Sheen as too unpredictable and controversial, and he struggled to find acting roles. On top of that, the public's perception of him changed drastically. While some sympathized with his battle against the disease, others criticized him for his reckless behavior and lack of responsibility. Sheen later admitted that his drug use and partying lifestyle played a big role in his downfall, and said he regretted how he handled certain situations. After revealing his diagnosis, Sheen claimed he was focused on getting sober and being a better father to his 5 children. However, the damage to his career and reputation had already been done. Even more scandals and allegations. Charlie Sheen's life has been filled with controversy, from his rise to fame to his downward spiral of addiction and self-destruction. While his battle with and made headlines, there were several other disturbing incidents and scandals that further tarnished his reputation. In October 2010, Sheen made headlines when he was found and highly intoxicated in a New York hotel room after a wild night with a star, Capri Anderson. Hotel staff called the police after Sheen reportedly caused thousands of dollars in damage to the room. Anderson later claimed that Sheen had threatened her and physically assaulted her, leading her to lock herself in the bathroom for safety. She filed a lawsuit against Sheen, accusing him of emotional distress and false imprisonment. However, the case was eventually settled out of court. Just a month later, in November 2010, Sheen faced more legal trouble when several adult film actresses filed lawsuits against him, accusing him of physical abuse and threatening behavior. These women claimed that Sheen had become violent and aggressive during fueled encounters. One of the women alleged that Sheen threw a lamp at her, while another claimed he threatened her with a knife. Although Sheen denied the accusations, the lawsuits further damaged his already crumbling public image. In December 2012, Sheen once again sparked outrage when he was caught on camera using a homophobic slur during a public event. While hosting the grand opening of his bar in Mexico, Sheen addressed the crowd, referring to them with a derogatory term aimed at the LGBTQ+ community. After facing intense backlash, Sheen apologized, claiming that he was using the word in a joking manner and did not intend to offend anyone. However, the incident added to his reputation as an unpredictable and problematic celebrity. By October 2014, Sheen found himself in trouble again, this time during a visit to the dentist. According to reports, Sheen was under the influence of drugs, likely when he became violent and attacked the dental assistant with a knife. The assistant claimed Sheen was hallucinating and acting aggressively, causing her to flee the room in fear. Sheen's publicist denied the allegations, blaming the incident on a reaction to nitrous oxide used during the procedure. However, the dental assistant filed a police report, though no charges were ultimately filed against Sheen. In June 2015, Sheen's troubled past began to affect his personal life, particularly when it came to his children. Sheen's twin sons, whom he shared with ex-wife Brooke Muller, were rejected from multiple private schools in Los Angeles due to their father's notorious reputation. Schools reportedly feared that Sheen's erratic behavior and controversial public image would bring negative attention to their institutions. This was a heartbreaking moment for Sheen, who had long struggled to maintain a stable relationship with his children due to his lifestyle and legal battles. These incidents, combined with his ongoing battle with addiction and mental health issues, painted a picture of a man who had lost control of his life. Despite his talent and success in Hollywood, Sheen's disturbing scandals and reckless behavior overshadowed his achievements and led to his isolation from the industry and his loved ones. The destruction of his career. Charlie Sheen was once one of the highest-paid and most beloved actors in Hollywood. From his breakout roles in movies like Platoon and Wall Street to becoming the star of the hit sitcom 2.5 Men, Sheen seemed unstoppable. However, as his personal life spiraled out of control and disturbing allegations emerged, the media and Hollywood quickly turned against him. For years, Sheen was known as the bad boy of Hollywood. The media loved covering his wild partying lifestyle, public meltdowns, and controversial interviews. But everything changed when Corey Feldman publicly accused Sheen of abusing Corey Haim during the filming of the 1986 movie Lucas. Although Sheen denied the accusations and even filed a defamation lawsuit against Feldman, the damage to his reputation was already done. The #Me Too movement was gaining momentum at the time, and Hollywood was cracking down on predators. As more attention was brought to the dark secrets of Hollywood's abuse culture, Sheen's name became associated with those horrific stories. Even though Sheen was never criminally charged, the allegations alone were enough for Hollywood to distance itself from him. Producers and directors who once admired Sheen's talent were now afraid to work with him. Major studios and networks refused to cast him in new projects, fearing the backlash from the public and the media. His once loyal fan base also began turning against him, viewing him as not just an addict and troublemaker, but now as someone accused of truly horrific acts. Sheen's HIV-positive diagnosis, which he revealed in 2015, also played a role in his downfall. Many former partners accused him of knowingly exposing them to the virus, leading to multiple lawsuits. These legal battles, combined with his ongoing addiction issues and violent behavior toward women, made him a huge liability in the entertainment industry. With his career in ruins and his reputation shattered, Sheen found himself blacklisted in Hollywood. Offers for acting roles disappeared, and his attempts to return to television failed. Even his former co-stars and friends distanced themselves from him, leaving Sheen isolated and struggling to rebuild his life. The dark reality of Hollywood. The 1980s Hollywood scene may have looked glamorous on the surface, but behind the flashing lights and red carpets, there was a dark and disturbing reality that few dared to speak about. For young actors like Haim and Corey Feldman, fame came at a devastating cost. During this era, powerful men in the entertainment industry preyed on young, vulnerable actors, taking advantage of their innocence and desire to succeed. Both Haim and Feldman have spoken out about being sexually abused by older men who held influential positions in Hollywood. These predators would often groom their victims, gaining their trust before exploiting them. Haim, who rose to fame with films like The Lost Boys, was reportedly sexually assaulted on the set of the movie Lucas when he was just 13 years old. According to Feldman, Haim confided in him that Charlie Sheen was one of his abusers, an accusation Sheen has denied. However, this was just one of many instances where young actors were victimized by those in power. Feldman himself has shared that he was abused by multiple men in the industry, including his former manager. He revealed that this kind of abuse was considered an open secret in Hollywood. Yet, no one stepped in to protect the child actors who were suffering behind the scenes. The culture of silence in Hollywood allowed these predators to continue abusing young stars without facing consequences. Victims were often threatened or blacklisted from future roles if they spoke out. Parents and managers, afraid of losing their connection to fame and money, turned a blind eye to the abuse. Even after Haim's tragic death in 2010 from a drug overdose, which many believe was fueled by his trauma and struggles with addiction, the Hollywood elite continued to cover up the truth. It wasn't until Feldman began publicly naming names and advocating for justice that people started paying attention to the dark reality that existed within the industry. In Hollywood, speaking out against powerful stars and influential figures has always come with serious consequences, especially for young actors like Haim and Corey Feldman. Feldman's bravery inspired other former child stars to come forward with their own abuse stories. Elijah Wood, Evan Rachel Wood, and Allison Stoner have all spoken about the dark side of Hollywood and the abuse they faced as young actors. Despite the backlash, Feldman continues to fight for justice and protect future child actors from suffering the same fate. So where is Charlie Sheen now? After years of controversy and self-destruction, Charlie Sheen seems to have finally turned his life around. The former 2.5 Men star, once known for his wild lifestyle, drug addiction, and public meltdowns, is now living a much quieter and healthier life. Sheen, who revealed his HIV diagnosis in 2015, has been sober for over 6 years. In a recent interview, he shared that he is focused on staying clean, being a good father, and rebuilding his career. He currently lives in Malibu with his twin sons, Max and Bob, whom he shares with his ex-wife, Brooke Muller. Sheen has also made amends with former friend and 2.5 Men creator Chuck Lorre, who famously fired him from the show in 2011 after Sheen publicly insulted him. Their reconciliation led to Sheen making a guest appearance on Lorre's new show, Bookie, in 2023. This marked Sheen's first return to TV in years and sparked hope for a potential career comeback. In interviews, Sheen has expressed that he feels absolutely ready to return to Hollywood. He said he regrets his past behavior and wants to prove that he's changed. Many fans who once loved his work in shows like Spin City and 2.5 Men are eager to see him back on screen. Aside from focusing on his health and career, Sheen is also working on being a better father to his 5 children. In addition to his twin sons, he has 2 daughters, Sam and Lola, with ex-wife Denise Richards, and an older daughter, Cassandra, from a previous relationship. While Hollywood seems to be slowly welcoming Sheen back, he knows that regaining trust and respect will take time. However, with his newfound sobriety and positive mindset, Sheen appears determined to leave his troubled past behind and focus on a brighter future. The truth Corey Feldman has revealed has shaken Hollywood to its core. After years of silence, the dark secrets of what really happened to Corey Haim are finally coming to light. If you want to hear more about the dark side of Hollywood, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next.